Hey, this is Sarah from sarahdesign.com, and I just updated my Mockup Scene Creator file, and so I thought I'd walk you through it real quick. This is what it's going to look like when you see it on Creative Market in my shop. But once you download the file, this is what you get. So you have a bunch of layers in here. You have your background, like base layer in here. You have a white layer under that. Inside the background layer, you have a colored layer, which affects the color of the wall. You have the wall itself. If you turn that off, it just looks kind of neutral. And then basically the wood. Okay, you can leave that on if you want. Doesn't really matter because it's also copied into all of these layouts. So I made these layouts so that if you wanted, you could just edit these and save them and they would be all thought out for you. If you happen to sell all these kinds of products, which would be champagne glasses. Here's a pair of those styled up with a flower and a lantern, or a frame with the same flower and lantern. Here's with a beer stein. I also have a mason jar mug. Here's another mason jar mug scene, but with a pinky background. Here's another arrangement with the frame and the champagne glasses, and then the frame and the wine glasses. And when you want to edit the things in here, it's very, very easy. Just open up your layout. Everything in this file is movable, except the background wall and molding and floor is just one thing, basically. But you can grab the wine glass and turn it on and off. You can turn the other one off. You could duplicate it and make more. You can move the flower around. You have the frame, you can edit that. Again, there's the wall, floor wall layer, and you can play with the colors in there. If you wanted to, say, replace what's in the frame, just open up the frame layer, and you have some layers inside that. One of them says, double click me, your design here. So go to the little thumbnail, that's this square, and double click it. It opens up a new tab called a .psb tab. This is your smart object. Your design goes in here. So you can see I have typed up the words your design here on a layer. Put it like that. It's just sitting in there. You could type something, get your text tool, type something, and edit it yourself as well. Every time you make a change, just hit save. So go up to File, Save, and then go back to your main file, which is here, and you can see it's updated the image with what we just wrote. Obviously, that looks bad. We wouldn't do that. We'd put something cute in there. But you get the idea. So if you have a design, you just paste it in here. I also have this inner shadow, which just makes it look a little bit more realistic inside the frame. Whenever you've made an edit inside of your smart object, it puts a little asterisk in the corner up here in the tab. That means it needs to be saved. So you just hit File, Save, and close it and go back to your original. Very easy. All of the smart objects work the same way. If the smart objects are linked together, then that means when you change one, it will change the other one as well. So for instance, here's a wine glass with stem. Here's one that's a copy. And so if I open up the front one, and you can see this red layer is the smart object, double click on it to open. I'm going to just turn it off. So it will be blank. I'm going to hit save. Go back to the original. Now it's updated both glasses because those are linked together. If you wanted one of the glasses to say like his and the other one to say hers, then you need to make a little change here to make that happen. So for instance, if we had edited this and we're like, I'm going to have one say his and one say hers. So we write in his, and we put it in here, and we hit save. We go back to the original, and we're like, oh no, they both say his. I want one to say hers. Maybe at your wedding they do both say his, and that's cool too. But if you want that to happen, then what you need to do is go to the other wine glass, open it up, go to that smart object layer, and then I think you can do it in here. Can you? I'm not seeing it. What you want is something called New Smart Object layer via copy, I think is what it is. So I'm going to right click on that layer and you can say, there it is, new smart object via copy. Hit that. Okay. Now turn off the old one. Go into that new smart object via copy and double click it. It opens in yet another .psv tab where you can change it to hers. Hit save. I'm just doing that on my keyboard with Command S. And there you go. So in this case, this one, I'm just going to color it green so you know what I'm talking about. This is the new one. This is the one that's a copy. But it's, yeah, I copied it, but in a way that made it a new smart object. Whereas this red one down here would be exactly the same as that red one up there. So anytime you want to have different things on your smart objects, you need to do that copy thing. Hope that makes sense. So yeah, pretty great file. You can make new layers, you can move things around. Say I wanted to take this layer, layout 6, and I could drag it down here to this little dog ear corner icon down next to the trash can and make a new layer. There it is, layout 6 copy. And if I'm like, I want some other stuff in that file, maybe I want to throw in this mason jar mug. Open up that layout, grab the mason jar mug, copy it, then grab it and drag it up above layout 6 copy, which is the one we just made. Then turn layout 6 copy back on. I just did that. Sorry, I'm moving very quickly. Then you can pull mason jar mug inside that layer. So it will always be attached. Then we could toss it in there if we wanted. We could grab the frame, scooch it off to the side, or put it up in the corner, and basically make, a whole new scene. And it would be really fun. There you go. Maybe you're making a party. Oh, and then you could go in and change the color. So if you double click on that, let me just show you that again. I opened up the floor wall layer. I went to the purple. I double clicked on this little half circle. You can go into color and just drag around and pick something else. And you see it updating the scene behind here while I'm doing it. Really easy. But I don't want to save that. I'm just going to hit cancel. So I hope you enjoyed the file. It is packed full. In this bundle, you have, I think, everything you need for maybe a beginner vinyl shop or glass etching shop to mock up a bunch of your designs and not have to waste materials creating them all. Hope you enjoyed the tutorial. If you ever have any questions, drop me a line. Come visit my creative market shop or pop over to my website and catch up with me there. Bye.